Example 3, we're finding the unit rate in the equation for this table. And we're going to start by labeling the x values and the y values. So the y values, remember, are all the values in that bottom row, and the x values are all the values in the top row. That's how it works with a horizontal table. Next, we need to choose a point. For unit rate, you cannot use 0, 0. Now, we look over at the other points, and it doesn't matter which one we choose. I could choose either one, and I'm going to get the same answer. So I just chose 5, 325. And I'm going to label 5 as x and 325 as y. And then I'm going to type that 5, well, I got to follow it back to the beginning, is minutes. And 325, I follow back to the beginning, is beats. And now I'm ready to fill in the unit rate formula. Oops, I still need to scribble. So I write the word per, and then I'm going to circle the y value first. That's what I'm going to fill in. Next, so I grab the typing tool, and y is 325 beats. Then I'll pick a different color, and I'll grab the scribble tool, and I'll identify x is 5 minutes. Grab the typing tool again. Instead of x, I plug in 5 minutes. Now this is not a unit rate because the denominator is not 1, so I actually need to divide this to find the unit rate. So I'm going to go ahead and do the work down here. When I was grading your work, I was noticing that people were really struggling with division. So I'm going to take my time with this. The 5, bring it over, goes on the outside. The numerator goes on the inside. So that's one of the mistakes I saw. Second, you need to understand that we asked the question, 5 goes into 3 how many times? And the answer to the question goes above the 3, so 0 times. 5 goes into 32, well, 6 times 5 is 30, 7 times 5 is 35, so that's too much. And then the multiplication, 6 times 5 is 30, goes below the 32, and you subtract it from the 32. 2 minus 0 is 2, 3 minus 3 is 0. I can't ask the question until I bring a number down. 5 goes into 25, 5 times. The answer to the question goes at the top. Then the multiplication, 5 times 5 is 25, goes below the 25, and you subtract. 25 minus 25 is 0. There's nothing to bring down, so the unit rate is 65. 65, and then B for beats, P for per, M for minutes. So the unit rate is 65 beats per minute. Now we move on to the equation. Each proportional table and graph can be represented by a proportional equation. Y equals kx. K is the unit rate. We found the unit rate to be 65, so we take out the variable k and replace it with 65. So down here, instead of typing y equals kx, I'm going to write y equals 65x, and that's the equation. If I would take 195 and divide it by 3, I would also get 65, because the unit rate is constant. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, you'll get the same unit rate.